Okay, so I'm going to go over the performance and handling aspects of this Ruger gp100. So as it sits, I've got a couple hundred rounds through it. Now the first thing I'm going to go over is the sights. They are your typical square notch sights on most handguns. They don't have any dots or anything, but there's plenty of aftermarket options available if that's something you're looking for. The rear sight is both elevation and windage adjustable. It is measured in increments, so I believe each one of those notches represents 3/4 of an inch at 25 yards with a 4-inch barrel. If you so desire to change the sights, all you have to do is push in that front pin you see there, and the sight will pretty much just lift right out. I believe the rear sight's a little more involved, but it doesn't look too complicated. Of course, me personally, I prefer a 6 o'clock hold, so the stock sights work fine for me. So the second performance aspect any target shooter might be concerned with is the trigger. So the double action pull on this, I believe, is in the ballpark of 11 pounds. It has a very long, smooth pull. That 11-pound weight is very well distributed out of a pull, or I'm sorry, across the pull. The single action, I'm sorry, I'm out of focus. The single action is around 3 pounds. Get a little demonstration there. So, beats the pants off of most handguns, at least most handguns that I've fired, and I've fired a lot of stuff over the years. This is completely factory. The only gripe I do have is that sometimes when this thing is fully loaded with ammo, the double action pull seems to have a slightly inconsistent break. I don't know if it's just me, maybe I just need more practice shooting in single action, but I've noticed sometimes it broke or fired a little earlier, and sometimes it fired a little bit later. Not a reason to buy the gun, and like I said, mind you, this is completely stock. There's all kinds of, there's spring kits and mods you can do to improve that. But that unloaded, it feels very smooth. Now, the single action, which is the way I shoot 90% of the time anyway, again, it's great, beats the pants on most handguns, but if you're target shooting, you may notice, and you probably saw it the first time I pulled it, there is a slight bit of creep. I'm gonna try to let you see that here. Yeah, see that? A little bit of slack. Now, I'm not even call it creep. More, there's a little bit of slack in the trigger. Sometimes that'll kind of mess with me because I think of it as a 2-stage by accident, but I'm sure with more practice, I'll get better with that. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little more pressure on it. There. So overall, like I said, very good trigger. Not Smith & Wesson 500 Magnum good, but still very good. And that's just, like I said, this is straight out of the box. So another aspect is, what's it really like to shoot? How's the recoil? How's it balance? And I'm gonna say this whole grip here does an awesome job at absorbing the recoil. I fired 100 rounds through this the other day and my hand wasn't even slightly starting to jitter. And as far as the grip, how well it holds, again, fits my hand very well. And I have, fairly, hold on, let me back up a little bit. So I have fairly short fingers, so I'm actually rather picky with handgun grips. But even still, I have no complaints for how well this fits. The balance. There's different barrel lengths available, so I can't speak for the 6-inch or the 3-inch, but this is a 4-inch, and well, 4.2 inch to be specific, and it balances like a dream. Doesn't feel front heavy at all. So no complaints there. The recoil on this, as far as the muzzle flip goes, again, I've seen some people say that they prefer a 6-inch because that kind of helps tame the recoil. I find this is such a big, burly, heavy gun that even the 4-inch doesn't kick that bad. And mind you, I was shooting the PMC bronze ammo, which was 150 grains and I believe 1470 FPS, so it was definitely not light stuff, and even then, this gun definitely didn't seem to have an excessive amount of recoil with that. So If 4 inches is what you want, don't worry about it for that reason. Originally I wanted the 6-inch barrel just because I wanted the longer sight radius, and of course you get a little more velocity too. For all intents and purposes, 4 inches is fine. So far my experience is I've just shot this at 25 yards, and the accuracy has been impressive. When I got it, the sights were pretty far off. I was having to aim probably, I don't know, almost a foot to the right and at the bottom corner of the target just to hit the top left corner. But I've got it pretty much zeroed in now. So, also an interesting thing to note is there's actually a 7-round model of this gun out now. This is the 6-round version. There's several different offerings for these. You don't just have to get the 357 Magnum. And I'm on Ruger's website, so I'm going to read off some of the available options to you. There's a 22 version. There's 44 Special, 327 Magnum, and there's even a 10mm auto one. There's also several different barrel lengths available. There's a 2.5 inch, a 3 inch, 4.2 inch, 5 inch, and 6 inch. I think that's all of them. So if you're just looking for a built like a tank revolver for the range or whatever your purposes are, I would definitely give this one a look.